visit the other levels very occasionally, but I come today to admire your work. This work is so important, so very important. And as I and many others of my like survey you all on your pathways, as we survey other constellations, many levels, many other planets, we also, as has been said today, have great concern of the troubles in this earth plane. But we do not believe that is insurpassable. As we have heard all the time today, that love is the strongest ammunition. If love is sent out against hate, if you imagine that hate is hard and impenetrable, whereas love is like a sponge, and so it's very hard to split. If you can understand my way of speaking.
Yes, we do.
And so what we must do is persevere. All is not lost. The problem that we see in the upper levels is to do with religions. Many do not realize that it is all one, and it is man that twists the words to their own beliefs and gain. But it is very hard to conquer these ways of thinking. And so the strongest ammunition that we have is love. And to come to the question of forgiveness, we understand that it is so difficult when you have received a great injustice, a devastating realization of wrong done to you. It is very, very, very hard. So sometimes for a while, until you progress more, it is better if you can just forgive but not forget for a while. Do it in progression. In our world, on a level below myself, there is a part where the books of learning, many will have seen the books of learning in meditation, where many truths lie. And perhaps one day, as you meditate and delve deeper, you perhaps will be shown a page that is relevant to you. Never stop searching. Never, never stop searching. And even though some of us are on the higher planes, it does not mean that you're all forgotten. Many eons ago, I myself spent some time on the earth plane and had my existence. And like you all, you progress into the spirit world, and you progress onward. Perhaps some of you will decide to reincarnate, if there are some other things that you wish to learn. This is not compulsory, it is your choice. And you will decide in conjunction with someone of our levels to plan a strategy of a life for you. Many of you, as you travel in life, will think, oh, I did it wrong, too much for me. But you will not have been allowed to do something that was too much for you because you have had one of us by your side. I have been conjoined with my medium, I think 4 times before. But I always am ready to help. And Dave,
Yes.
I will ask the medium to find out this picture again so that other people may have a connection.
I will speak about it with her, yes.
Yes, thank you. I'm very heartened by the work that has been done here today. It gives us great happiness to see you all working for the Spirit. I do not wish to stay too long because it has been some time since my medium has done this part of mediumship. So I'm very aware of the energy levels. And so I bid you all a good day, and may God bless all of you. May the Great Spirit stay with you for all time.
Thank you. Bless you. Thank you for tonight.
I return
I think you did, yes.
to say goodbye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, my friend. You're more than welcome. Welcome back. You okay? Not quite back yet. Just trying to figure out where you are. It's all right, take time. Do you want me to help you?
I'm trying to get my legs going. 2, 3. Just take
Take time.
It's freezing, girl.
got a drink. Yeah. Is that yours? It's you.
Did everybody else notice that when Monica first started talking, her face changed?
Yeah.
Transfigured,
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
That was Red Cloud.
No.
Red Cloud's pictures
That
out
was
there.
Red Cloud.
Yeah, and
Changed.
that was exactly.
She transfigured before you came to start speaking.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah. So I got a picture at home of Red Cloud, and
that.
that was exactly it.
Yes.
How Red Cloud
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
But that was twice transfiguration, you can
Yeah.
see.
yes,
Yeah.
now,
Twice.
yeah, when he came back in, yeah. You may have noticed that Red Cloud referred to Monica as the little
Little
one.
one, yeah.
That's because in a past life, Monica was his daughter.
Oh, yeah, it's still
You can certainly see it when she sits in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cheekbones change and everything.
Oh, yeah, cheekbones.
Sorry?
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
Brenda's name? Sittingbull's daughter, what was
Oh,
sitting.
Holy,
Holy, something.
sitting holy, something holy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think my name then was Little One. It's just what he calls me now.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, yes, yeah. He calls you that because you're his daughter.
Yeah.
That's probably what he called you when you were a toddler.
Yeah.
He spoke about picture.
Now,
that
the
you
second
could find.
The second one you came through,
You had a chameleon.
A chameleon.
yeah.
Well, it's not
Agamemnon.
a chameleon.
No, it's not.
Me,
It's
That's the second one.
It's the name you gave him.
Yes.
And he said that,
He was
but you also said that a long time ago you did a picture of him,
Yes, I have. Yes.
and he wanted you to show it to everybody.
Oh, yes, I will.
he was very quiet, Monica, this time.
Mm.
He was very, not like normally when he comes. But
Was he? Well, yeah.
he was behaving himself
Why,
today.
does he normally act a
It's
bit
usually
more-
quite-
Sometimes it stands me up.
Yes,
Which is
sometimes
right.
he's very
Yeah.
strong.
Is he?
Yeah.
But I think because Mum was there at Shret as well,
Yeah.
Red Cloud came through and just introduced himself and then just said through to bringing somebody else.
Yeah, very
And
brief.
then he asked permission to bring someone else through.
There is at the menu on in history, there was a war leader. He was in charge of an army. I can't remember.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, it was just something
I'm just trying to think where it was, yeah.
You gave him
Because
that name.
everybody
Yeah.
has to have a name.
That's right, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
everything has to be like it. And that is not. Sure, Monica.
But yes.
That's a mouthful.
Just
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Right.
Just very.
What's for you, Dave?
Is it you?
Just me.
Just him?
Only Dave.
No, Dave, so Dave.
Only days talk about sleep now. Interesting past the show's over. Have we found it with a different light, by the way? Better?
Yeah, well, it's
Not
surprising.
start.
It's not so hot.
No.
Well, I was cold in it. I'm getting warm now.
Yeah, it must have been, I'm absolutely freezing.
Mm.
My legs.
Good afternoon, friends. You have had many speak to you today from the spirit realms, some who have passed in more recent years, some, as they said themselves, have been in the spirit world for eons of time and raised through their spiritual development to a very high level. And they also said they rarely come to speak on the earth plane, the ones at the very high levels, because it is very, very rare for one of your groups to raise enough energy for them to work with. So, well done to all of you, and thank you. You have heard many concerns about the problems within the earth plane at the moment, and it's been said that these cycles of mankind have recurred over and over again, a recurring story of materialism, of greed, and then mankind for a time going back to where they should be, to a more spiritual lifestyle, working with Mother Earth, usually after a great cataclysm of some sort. The rising of the waters was mentioned by one of your speakers. But it has also been said that mankind could destroy the earth. We do not agree with that one. Mankind can very easily destroy mankind, which is what the concern is at this time. Because whatever damage mankind does, Mother Earth will survive and rebuild. Your ancient religious books, one of them talks about the 7 ages of man. Each of those 7 ages of man in the past, where mankind developed on a spiritual pathway, became materialistic, became warlike, and greed overtook compassion and care and love. And they ended up falling from grace with God or with the spirit realms, whatever you want to call it. But mankind has been up and down in the past. On this cycle of life for mankind, it is now reaching a point where it can return once more to spiritual understanding. Part of your problem at the moment, yes, we know your governments are driven through power, greed, and money, rather than compassion for mankind. We also know that some of your religions are corrupt in the same way, where they are more concerned with controlling those who they look after, or should be looking after, than they are for the people who walk this earth plane. It is about presentation rather than action and caring for people. But that is the way things have been. We have told you before, in the past, this earth, even in the more recent times, you know of the great civilization of Atlantis in the past. Atlantis was a spiritual and peaceful nation that existed as a civilization for about 250,000 few years. But that also ended up being destroyed. So that was destroyed. Yes, it went a pathway towards the end of materialism, but that was destroyed by a natural disaster. when a comet struck this beautiful earth on which you live. So in this cycle of mankind since Atlantis, mankind has had to go on a more physical pathway, working with physical sciences, to develop technology to try and prevent a physical catastrophe in the future. Now that's been achieved, it is time for mankind to find its way back and start to understand that there is a spiritual science as well as a physical science. Some of the scientists of the earth understand this, but they, at the moment, are silenced, as happens on the earth plane, by those pushing for physical science. And the funding of physical science is more important than the funding of spiritual science. That has to change. But many of your speakers have said today that change will come and it can come. To change this world has been said many times. Light has to be sent out to this world. Love has to be sent into this world. As one speaker said, hate is a hard rock and love is flexible. If that hate is wrapped around with love, like a kernel or a protective ring around it, that hate cannot spread. So if you spread love and light in this world, which is what we're all asked to do, we can change this world. Working with spirit, working with the earth plane. Many of you know already that we try to bring healing into this world. Many of you have seen in your meditations the network of light that surrounds this world, trying to focus healing to where the dark spots are on the surface. Because from spirit, we can see the light of this circle from outside this world. We can also see the parts of this world where there are darkness, where there is shadow. And those shadows are where the darkness is, where the conflicts are, where the wars are, but also other things that are unacceptable, where there is starvation, where there is poverty. This world is not as bad in the past as it was. There are not as many living in poverty in this world. We will not say that some of your political ideas that you have are good, where you have your discussions between capitalism, I believe you call it, and communism, because neither are perfect. We need this world to have a system where everyone is treated equally. You all know that we are all equal in the eyes of spirit, wherever we live in this world, irrespective of skin colour, race or creed, because all of these things are irrelevant. At a spiritual level, we are all the same. We are all spiritual souls on a journey of spiritual learning, using the earth plane as part of our journey of development, our journey of learning. And that journey